Zwei. Today we have maybe a little bit shorter class than usual because today I want to talk about the precepts and teach you about the precepts. And this is only a general introduction. So first of all, we need to know what are the precepts. What is this? What I'm talking about? So as a Daoist, we usually follow certain standards, certain rules, same like every other religion basically, and it is the common sense to follow a specific set of rules to live in harmony, because if you don't want to follow the rules, you cannot live with other people, and you need to go on the mountain, or better even on an island, or even better on a different planet. So never ever have somebody else come in contact with you. Then you're the ruler. You can do whatever you want. But if we want to live in a society and living with others, and we need to first of all don't think about ourselves. First we think about others, and this way we can create a harmony. Because we want to live in harmony. The harmony depends on us. So if you think at home or at work, it's always trouble, and it's the boss who always annoying me, or the husband or wife always make me angry. This is not their problem. Humans, they tend to find the reason for the problems always on other people. So we could start with, first of all, looking at our perspective, why we are angry, and then we try to understand why the other person is angry, or why the other person do what they do. Mutual understanding brings harmony. Okay, mutual understanding and communication. First of all, we need to understand that the reason of inharmony is always myself. If I cannot live with this person, I need to leave, right? Or if I don't want to leave, I need to accept how they are. So this is a very common sense, and as a Taoist practitioner, I often hear, Taoism, I don't follow rules. Whoever say this don't know anything about Taoism. Don't know nothing, because these things, depends on how you say this. Taoism is a religion, is a practice. Of course, it has rules, it has taboos, it has things to do and not to do. So there is a standard. If we want to achieve enlightenment, it's not by Wu Wei and So La La. It's by discipline and everyday cultivation. It doesn't matter what you cultivate. If you want to reach a goal, it's hard work involved. Not this Dao Fa Zeran, Wu Wei Er. This is not how this works. If we read Dao De Jing, for example, and last week I think we talked about the Dao De Jing as well, we need to understand the culture. Not everything is black and white. I already mentioned that. So if we want to understand the Daoist precepts, we need to know what is Dao and what is Daoism, the difference. Daoists don't care about you, about me. It don't care about anything, because it's not a person, it's a principle. It's a silent mover. Nobody can know what is this, because maybe it's because we are not enlightened, and we don't want to think of things, make it up. But for the fact, Tao don't care about you. It's not like other religions, God don't let you enter the heaven because you do something bad, or you go to hell when you do something bad. This is not like this. Dao is not a person or like a deity. There's gods in Taoism. That's why there's a big difference between Dao itself, or Dao, the Dao, and Taoism. Taoism follow lots of rules, and Taoism as a religion. Today I also teach some students. This morning I say also the same sentence. Taoism is different than other religions. In Taoism, the people make the gods, and they create the gods. Other religions is the God create the person, create the human, and I'm sure all of you know about this. Maybe you didn't hear this sentence before. In Taoism, we create the gods. How is this possible? It's also when we look at the Tao Te Ching, 一生二，二生三，三生万物。道生一 is the first. So we are part of this 万物. Dao Sheng Yi means Dao give birth to the one, one give birth to the two, two give birth to the three, and three give birth to the myriad beings. We are, you, me, all are one of myriad things, but we have one root, is the Dao. So all beings, everything, a Taoist look at the world as everything is a being, everything has a soul. It's the tree is the same like me. It exists in the same Tao. Tao is so big, there's nothing outside of it. Right? So this is how we create the gods. We say, okay, this mountain is a being. So we give this being an human appearance to see, to understand that we are the same. Only our appearance is different. The stars the same. We go outside of our earth, we look at the stars. All the stars are deities in Taoism. And when you look at those deities, in the pictures or in the scriptures, they have a human appearance. Maybe sometimes they have wings, maybe sometimes they have claws, something like this. This is a different way of appearing, right? When you look at some deities, for example, from the thunder department, 于斯, 雷斯, many of them have wings, many of them have claws, such things, because this is how they appear to others. If you are a spiritual practitioner, you can communicate with any spirit. If you are a high-level spiritual practitioner, you can communicate with any spirit. So they also communicate with you. If you are very cultivated, you can see ghosts. You open the third eye, you can see everything. No one on this level, no one before this level can talk about spiritual enlightenment anyway. You know, who talk about this is just made up, or read from books and just copy whatever they read. So when we look at, for example, Domu or Dofu, the Star Mother, Star Father, or the 9 emperors of the stars, the Big Dipper, they are only well known in the West because people maybe know those better from scriptures, maybe some videos, something like this. There's other stars, they are also very important for our practice. Nando, for example, South Dipper, Shido, Dongdo, Zhongdo. So there's 5 Do. Do means like Dipper. This is maybe easier to understand. There's not the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is one star sign or star constellation of 7 star constellations in the north. So all around we have 28 star constellations, and all those star constellations, they are they have their meaning and they have their spirits. And some people, they heard about Santai, and we use this quite often also in our daily practice. Santai, what is this? The three terrace stars. Three terrace stars. The terrace stars. Tai Shang Tai Xing in the morning scriptures, also the Bada Shendo. The terrace stars. One of my students before asked, what is this meaning? So I show a astrological star map from in Chinese, of course, and I need to translate. It's a star constellation, Santai. All the stars have a big effect on the life on Earth. Without the stars, we are, in modern words, we say, we are come from the stars. We are children of the stardust. It's true, because this is where we come from the universe. Without the other stars, the different how to say this, they explode, and from dying, a star dies, new systems, new star system can be born, and all this over the billions and billions of years result in the human race on Earth. And because the humans, they think they're too smart, they're so smart, they think they're the only one, and they are the most important one. But as a matter of fact, Daoists, that's why many people read maybe some translations or something, say Taoism belief in nature. What is the deep meaning of this is, because Taoism, it's not a philosophy, it's a religion. And you can take out the philosophy and make it understandable for the scholars, and you leave all the religious part aside, but it doesn't make it a non-religion if you only look at it this way. Okay, so whoever believe like this, don't know too much about Taoism, about Tao anyway. It's dry books doesn't make you cultivate Tao. So when we want to we go back to the precepts, right? So we have different precepts. There's different schools, different traditions, but every tradition has their own set of rules. They have their own ways of cultivating Tao. Some do other things than others. There's so many different ways of cultivating Tao. But if we want to follow a specific tradition, then of course we need to first learn what is this about. What are we doing there? And if it's the right thing for us, then we need to get maybe an initiation. So if we find a good master who is willing to teach us, it's already very good, very lucky. So when if we know that Taoism or Taoist practice is something what we can benefit from, very good practice for us. So we want to go further, we want to go deeper in this. Okay, the Taoism is a very old tradition. Taoism, Daojiao. Daojiao, this word Daojiao is not the original term to use. It's Zhai Jiao, and it's a different Jiao. Jiao is worship. This is how this came to be. The Jiao. Jai means fasting. So if we want to worship, or if we want to repent and ask for forgiveness, it's not like you go to the sorry, I have to say this is a kind of fun, right? It's kind of laughable. You go to the church, you open the door, you sit there, you say out what you do wrong, and that's it. In 200 years ago in Germany, the people could just pay the priest to get out of hell ticket. If you think of with a logical mind, This is cheating in your own, to yourself, to the religion, to the God you believe in. So we don't change anything, we just pay some dollar and everything is okay. This doesn't make sense in my world, at least. If we want to really repent or really do the worship, we need to prepare for this. It's like this. I want to, be very respectful, or I want to be, let's say like this. I meet a person who I really want to be friend with, or I want to learn something. Maybe as a teacher. So I don't go there stinky and dirty and talk bad about him or talk not nicely, and always, I prepare myself because I want something, right? If I want something from this person, of course, I need to be a nice one, right? So this is the same, basically. If we do the worship or the repentance, we should prepare for this. So it's about fasting, cleaning, purifying. And this word purifying, maybe some of you already ring a bell. If we do purification of our body, this is also part of internal cultivation. So all this has always to do with our personal cultivation, and if we do something, it always starts with ourselves. First we need to purify ourselves, we clean ourselves. It's very simple. You don't go there drunk and ask for a job, right? You don't go to the COO of the company you want to work with drunk and dirty. You make yourself nicely and representable, so you show them you are a good guy. This is only this outside thing, but the Daoist purification starts from the inside. Okay, there's many ways of purification. In German we call this läutern. Purify a thing like a metal, a gold, ore, or metal, until it is gold, pure gold, or like 900 something degrees. I don't know how to say this, but a very pure gold. It needs to be heated up multiple times, so all the dirt things can be melted out, pushed out from the pure material. It's the same if we do the internal practice or internal cultivation, but it's also the same if we do the worship and the repentance, the ceremonies. So this is how those precepts come to be. Okay, there is different sets of precepts, and we just the common sense follow these rules because we want to be in harmony with everyone. Most problems, most fights or arguments, they can be solved if we just look at the other person's point of view and understand and accept their point. Everyone has a reason to do what they do. For them it is the right thing to do, and if we face the heart or the hardness with softness. We don't argue, we don't fight. And that's Shanshan Rushui, the 8th chapter of the Tao Te Ching. Say this very clear. Water is soft. If there is a hard thing coming towards it, it just surrounds it and accepts it like the obstacle. So it flows around it, and the obstacle becomes one with the water. So if we want to become one with the Tao, we need to accept all the things as they are. We don't make difference between the good and the bad. But because we are human, of course we make difference. And today I also teach my students this sentence. This is a big laugh, but it's true. The nose, we smell something nice. The kitchen baked bread. We like this, I want to try this. I feel this smells good, right? And if you go to a very dirty toilet, we like, oh, it stinks like this, You also don't go into the toilet and say like, oh, you smell so good, I really would like to try this. But yeah, you see, this is a matter of fact. If you can sit in stillness and somebody pour horse shit or whatever shit over you or pee on you, can you still keep the silence? Can you still accept this as you just sit there and nothing happened? There's techniques we practice also in the Taiji Chuan, Taiji Kung Fu. Somebody stand or make the Taiji form, and we just push them out of their form, out of their balance, But because they want to keep inside this meditative movement, they just accept this and go back to the movements. But on one level, this is not enough. So what you do, you take a cup of water and throw on them, or a bucket of water over their head. If they still can do it, accept this, it's okay, it's good. So what you do next? Maybe pee on the leg. All these kind of things I experience. It's because you need to test yourself over and over again. When you drive the car, when you do things, we're all human, of course. Every time we catch ourselves, cannot accept the other person, or a good example is always we drive the car, somebody drive very aggressively, even we are a good driver and we are harmonious. Somebody, we drive the car and somebody cut us or do something, so we have to make a hard break, so we shout at them. Oh. People live like this all day long and think they are the king of the world, and at one point they don't even realize that how they live. If we can see, this I could do different, or that, as a Daoist maybe should be doing a little bit different, then we already open the door and have the key for this, because we see, next time maybe I should react differently. This is basically the only thing you need to do as a Daoist practitioner. Look at your day, maybe before you go sleep, look at your day and think of what situation I could do a little bit different, or how could I react differently in this situation. If we can do this and we say, okay, every day, you look at one day of test, or one day of a chance to understand, okay, my cultivation is how far. If we think like this, we make daily little steps, daily progress. And some people, they don't even know about this, or they don't even look at the Daoist cultivation this way. If we want to become an immortal, or if we want to become enlightened, or spiritual practitioner, we need to be a human, a good human first. So the saying in Chinese, it says like, 相修仙道，先修人道。不会修人道，那就是仙道就不用修了。If I cannot be a good human, I cannot be a good immortal. I cannot become any immortal. That's not how this works. So there's people, they say, spiritual practitioner, they could be like, sorry to say, the biggest asshole in the earth, but because the spiritual cultivation, this is also a fact. But, spiritual practitioner doesn't mean they're an immortal. They can also be like a 邪教. 邪教 is like a evil cult. Even they try to be a Daoist, they would just slip off and become an evil. Very simple. Too many happen like this. Too many Daoist cultivation, or even spiritual practitioner, also 佛教, 藏教. 佛教 is Buddhism, and 藏教 is the Tibetan cultivation, Tibetan religions. So when we follow certain rules, like the precepts, today I am going to teach you the most foundation 5 precepts. The 5 precepts, Wujie. The Wujie is like the root for all precepts. There is precepts a lot. The higher your position or your higher your cultivation in terms of priesthood, such things, the higher you, the more precepts you have to take. It's like they guard you. That's why before we call this the guardings and commandments. But I think the word precepts is easier to understand for Westerners because you have this in different other religions too. But we also have to understand these precepts, they guard us, they protect us. They protect our tradition, our practice. If we follow this, nothing can harm us because we follow these precepts, these guardings, these commandments. And there's many precepts. So a Daoist practitioner, the first step is, first of all, need to understand, need to know about Dao. Then maybe they find the teacher, find the master, and they maybe be accepted as a student, so they can learn more. Some traditions, they only accept students, and then they can teach them. Also for me, what I teach for non-disciples is also have a limit. But it doesn't mean that the person who start learning cannot become a disciple later on, so they can go further if they like to. Also, my traditional, my Shifu and the generations, we don't make a difference between a worldly student or worldly disciple and a chujia. Chujia means like leaving the family to become a monk. Some monks, they also, get married and have a family. This is very common. This is normal because people are humans, and why not? It doesn't make them this doesn't mean that they are not a priest anymore, but they have other tasks to take care of as well. So it's a very common thing. But in China, also in the Chinese, social media, Daoist social media or such things, people, they don't read books. They just repeat what they hear from others. And you cannot believe how often today I comment, because I post some videos on the on the Douyin. Daoist community is much bigger there. So a lot of fans and of course nonsense comments. So whenever I see people talk about something they don't know about, I always say 好好学习，好好看书. Need to read books, not only the internet. Need to listen to the master, not only to some nonsense people who want to be internet famous. It's fact. Why not so many books translated? Because it's difficult to find the source. But back to the precepts, if we can follow these 5 precepts, this is already a very good way to live in harmony and cultivate the Tao. So after we find a teacher, okay, so all the students come too late now. Alejandra, 7 o'clock. Antonio, 7 o'clock. No? It's half. Next time, this time, no enter. Okay. All right. So the 5 precepts. They are maybe the first precepts we take if we want to really cultivate Tao. Like cultivation means I learn methods and practices from the master. Before that, I need to take the 5 precepts at least. Normally it's 9. So 9 is called the 九真妙解. And I also do this here. We do this as a ceremony and as a transmission, and also like I'm preparing a new online program, study program for this. This includes a certificate. Yeah, this is not a certificate. You just make this workshop or something like this. No, this is a holy certification, which is have two. One is for the practitioner, and one is for the deities, for the gods, which is burned during a ritual, during a ceremony. So every Daoist who become a Daoist practitioner should have that and value this as the most important thing. This certification. It states that you follow these precepts, and when we look at this every day, of course, there's some things. Maybe sometimes we break some of those taboos, but because we know it, we see it, we look at it, we can always come back to our origin. Right? So, if we want to cultivate Tao, we need to follow a specific set of rules. And I'm just talking today. I will teach you the 5 precepts. And as soon as we open the course again, we had this course before, but I wasn't very happy with the content, so we canceled that and we do this new. Now, Oleg, you need to listen first. I'm talking not about Sangui, I'm talking about the Shoujie, precepts. Sangui is also something you can do when you, that's the very first thing you do, the Gui. Sangui is a ritual from the morning ceremony, but if you do the Gui is, taking refuge into this tradition. This doesn't, it's not limited to one deity or the 3 clarities. As Sangui is the, okay, Alec, I see that. I'm not talking about this, okay? Okay, I'm not talking about Gui Zhen, okay? Gui is something different, and the Gui is when you take a refuge, you believe in this patriarch. For example, Xiongwu Dadi, Xiongwu Pai, Wudang Pai. If you go to Wudang Shan, you go to some temple, you take the Gui for the Xiongwu Dadi. You go somewhere else, you take the Gui for Sanqing or Dongmu or whatever the deity you want to follow. And some people, also some Daoists I know, they just go everywhere and it's like they collect sticker. It's not necessary to do like this. Too many cooks, they ruin the soup. So if you want to follow one specific tradition, or maybe lineages which come from the same root or the same lineage, which is very common. Wudang Qingwei Pai is one very big example for this. Then it's okay to do different Gui, but in general, you just follow one tradition, one method, one way of cultivation. If you can follow this, it's enough. Some people, they want to learn all the things, all the traditions, and I need to laugh because Oleg knows who I'm talking about probably. He's the priest master of all different schools and pay a lot of money for this. Never mind. So this is happening quite often with young Daos, young Daos in China, also in China. But if we can just follow this one tradition, we have enough to cultivate, and we focus on this one thing. And if we focus on this one thing, it's gonna be over the time gonna become very good. If we don't have time for this and that at the same time, you see, you can't be at 3 places at the same time, right? So there's always lack of focus, practice, and for spiritual cultivation, it's very important. Things take time, and for example, if we could understand only the Xin Miaojing, most of you they know the Xin Miaojing from the morning scriptures. The Xin Miaojing is the only thing you need. It's even written in there. 12 years cultivation, you can become immortal. Your spirit can enter the fire, you will not be burned. Your spirit enter the water, and you will not get wet. Can enter stone, can enter everything. It takes a while, but if we don't know the way, we get lost. You know, and in modern times, more people get lost. That's why there's so many enlightened masters, like a cow have horns, but so many practitioners, they try to become enlightened, the hair on the body of the ox or of the cow. Right. So the first precepts we take, after maybe we take the gui, so you're happy now. Take the gui, take the refuge in the three clarities. This means we believe in Tao, the scriptures, and in the master, in the teacher. This is the three treasures. If we know for ourselves, we believe in Tao, we believe in Jing, we believe in the scriptures, and we believe in Shi, in the master, and this is Gui. And if we, for example, Daoist practitioner do the daily liturgy, daily ceremony, they do this daily, in the morning liturgy, in the evening or noon liturgy as well. But the 5 precepts is something you take, and you don't renew this. You can renew it from time to time, but it's only a ritual. It's a ritual thing. There is every year, like there was a big break. Also not every year now, but smaller ceremony, smaller events, yes, every year. But there's bigger events where in China, all big masters, and recently there was in Tiantaishan. I also invited, but because the COVID couldn't go to China very easy, so now end of this month I'm going, but the event was already there. So this is 1 month of this Shouji event, and this is not only 5 precepts. There is a few hundred precepts. They are taken in this event, and there's a different master, master level. Let's say master level, then they wear a special uniform. And I'm talking about the master level like my Shifu in Chuan. They go there and do this ritual. It's about 300 precepts. Okay, so and the normal masters, like the Gaogong. They also take a lot of precepts in this during this ceremony, and it takes a month, for a whole month. Maybe at one point we can do this here as well in the temple, so maybe in the future. So this big ceremony for 1 month, so the people can do. In the moment we only do the precepts or the shoujie, like the 九真妙解. 九真妙解 is the 9 true precepts, or 9 true mystic precepts. Yeah. So, but today we are not talking about this. We talk about the 5 precepts. Okay, so long time introduction about 5 very simple things. First, I read each one and tell you about this a little bit. Okay, so the first is 不的杀生. It means don't need to kill, or do not kill. What does this mean? Of course, we don't want to kill somebody. If we kill somebody, then we are murderer. But also this could be forgiven, right? At one point. Maybe this killing has a reason. What reason? Maybe self-defense. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe. So rule number 1 for every Taoist is 爱国爱教. We follow the rules of the country. We follow the law. So if if we kill somebody, we have to, take the punishment for this, according to the law. If this is an accident and the judge rule that this could be avoided, if we such things, of course we have to take the punishment. We don't kill. 不的杀生 means do not kill. So no Daoist, and last week I think we talked about in the webinar we talked about diets as well. So a Daoist cannot be a butcher. If you are a butcher and you want to be a Daoist, you need to change your job. We don't sell drugs, but this is part of the next precept, so it's just very common. So the the first precept, we don't kill, is what about animals? What about animals? I already say we cannot be the butcher, but what about like cockroach and rat and all these kind of animals? Maybe a mosquito, maybe flies, how about that? It's a rhetorical question. I will answer this. Okay, so we have the common sense. If the rat come into my house, maybe they do stuff there and we get sick from this, right? Maybe the animal, we get in contact with this, we can be or could die from this, right? So a couple hundred years ago we have the horrible disease all around the world, they all come from the hygienic, and most people, they say it's from the rats, but I think it is from the fleas. So if we kill those animals, is this according to the precepts or not? So as long as we do not kill just for fun, or like hunting, for example, just for fun, then this is not the Daoist. Then to prevent sickness or prevent the death, then that is not part of these precepts. So let's say you have a rat problem. So what you need to do is you need to get rid of the rats. Right? They can make you sick. In some countries, the mosquitoes make you really, really sick. So I've talked, this is very many years ago, some Buddhist monk, also a very high level practitioner, they practice in Vietnam the meditation all day. So in Vietnam it's very moist, very jungle. It's a jungle, it's like very hot, very wet weather, so all the arms full with mosquitoes. That the white skin is black, full with mosquitoes. So Buddhists, they just don't do this or don't kill them, they just let them eat the blood. Okay, so if you don't get sick, it's also fine, but in fact, some countries the mosquitoes make you very, very sick and you can die from this. If you die from this, you cannot cultivate, so you cannot help others. So this is the reason for this. The mosquitoes or other animals, or ticks, for example. Ticks, they also can kill because they carry disease. Okay, so we have a common sense. If we kill a dog because we want to eat this, that's not okay. If we kill a cat, or if we kill some animals because, or a laboratory mouse, I don't know how to say this, for cosmetic things, that's not okay. We don't need this cosmetics if we need to try it on animals, right? So it's just a common sense. And the second precept is the precept of not harm others. 不得损人利己, which means we don't harm others. We don't, and I just already say it. We don't sell drugs. If you are a drug dealer, Taoism is not for you. If you are alcohol dealer, yeah, like sell alcohol. Alcohol is also a drug. Cigarettes, everything which harms others, we do not do. Drinking a wine, smoking a cigar, smoking cigarettes is no problem, but you don't want to harm others by selling this kind of things. This is not what a Daoist would do. A Daoist maybe sell vegetables. Daoists also do make wine, but this is different way of wine, and this is not alcoholic drug, is medicine. All drugs are medicine. It just depends on how you used it, But as a matter of fact, if you work in a cigarette store and sell this only, there's no way you don't know that this can kill people, right? So you see those pictures, at least here in Germany, on the cigarette package, is what this could do to the people. So the medicine wine, we also do this here. I have some very good medicine wine, but it's everybody only can get one sip for. I don't know if Lawrence tried this when she come here, maybe next time. We usually do this only when we have a Baishi ceremony. Last time you make the Baishi, we didn't try this. Oh, then we need to try this again. So this medicine wine even have snakeskin. So only a little bit you feel is because it's a medicine wine. It gives you the qi. It blows out all the han qi. Han qi is like the cold, wet, damp, damp, not damp, the damp qi from the body. So it's with the heat, it's very good for practice. And also because I will remind you next time. Yeah, you need to remind me. Things like this I tend to forget. So drinking one or two is no problem. We are humans, but we don't want to harm others on long term. Okay, so also about the marijuana. Many people ask me about marijuana, cannabis. What is about this? In many countries this is now allowed, and from ancient time this is a medicine. Every drug was created to heal or to help the people. That's why it's called drug abuse, and the drugstore sells drugs. This is like, also from a personal understanding, it took a long time to understand that the drugstore is like in Germany is apothecary, I think is another word for this. So it's the matter of abuse. Opiates, they also were created because they're for treatments, medical treatments. So there is a Daoist deity. It's called the Magu. Magu in Chinese, Ma is the cannabis plant. Ma Cao. So when we first is follow the law of the country. Of course, in some countries the laws are different, but again, we don't need to abuse this, because people think they are high on these things, they can fly to the sky and heaven and become immortal easier. This has a little bit of a true story to it, and I heard this from some of my brothers, even in China. There's many places in China this stuff grows wildly. So it's a medicine plant. It is also known for Benzao, so it's a medical pharmacy, a classic in Chinese medicine. There is a Magu. Magu is a young deity, young female deity who is protecting this plant, and the heavenly master, heavenly doctor, Huatuo, also healed. He created the first anesthetic, also include the cannabis, And he healed actually Guan Yu with this, to put the anesthetics and take out the arrow from his shoulder. Maybe you know the story. So I heard, I never tried this, so I'm also honest with you. I heard that some Daoists in ancient times, they put the Mazhao. And I have to say, okay, the far I know, it is not as the same like now, what you can get in the whatever shops. They burn the Mazhao to clear the mind from like nonsense ideas to get into deep trance. Okay, and deep trance is what we refer as like the Shui Gong, when you really, really relax and let the Shen stand out. This is not recommended for anyone to try, you know, because if you don't know the exact method how to do this, no need. Same like doing this external elixir. People always talk about this. Even today, also I have a fan group in this Douyin, and somebody start talking about this. I have to throw them out and I delete and block them, because you know this is nonsense talk. So the harming others is not only by selling these things or doing these things, but also by what we passively do. So when we, for example, in the past 2 years, you see a lot of people, they go to the shopping supermarket and they buy all toilet paper, all the toilet paper. They don't leave this for the others. Can you believe this? So this is where the mask drop from the people. They're only selfish. They're only selfish and they only think about themselves. Most of the people need toilet paper. I can never finish all the toilet paper when I buy all the toilet paper. And that's very harmful for others. So this is only one example in modern times, and just recently we have a lot of these situations where we can see, okay, all these passive things, they can harm others. Okay, if an old lady cannot clean her booty, maybe she gets sick from this, you know, with the paper. And you know, some people they don't know how to clean their things without toilet paper. It's just an example, okay? It's to make this more understandable and applicable for our day-to-day life. So also the do not harm others is very simple. When we this sportsmanship, you know, this sportsmanship. For example, I know this person need this this goal. I need to be the goal kick on the goal, you know. So I will let him make this, you know, because I know he needs this maybe. It's hard to understand, but recently I see a video clip of a Formula 1 driver, and his team say he needs to win this race, but you know, he let the other guy drive through first, his teammate. He drives slowly so the other guy can drive through. And sometimes you see this with sport like marathon running. Marathon running, if somebody can finish 40 kilometers, you know, and you the first person is already like 10 meters before the finish, cannot walk anymore. So you see often like the second one, you know, carry them all together. You know. This is also connected to this. You know. So the third one is the not being insincere. Yeah. So the mouths say different things than we think or that we have in our heart. It's very simple. We can also harm others when talking behind the back, when we do some stuff. We smile in their face, but we stab them in the back. It's the same. This is also connected to the third precept. So if we are not sincere, this can cause a lot of trouble, especially on the emotional level. So like I said, when we have a relationship with someone and we are not honest, yeah. Just an example. The man and the woman, you know, they married, and after some time you know, the man only focus on the work. Maybe it's a very common thing, you know. That's why everybody heard this from the movies before, so that's why I repeat this. It's very common. Yeah, so the man only focus on the work, so the woman find a lover, you know, find a lover, because she don't get what she needs from the man. Yeah, the man only focus on the work. You don't give love every time they see each other, too cold, something like this. So of course a woman needs love, needs to be you know, talk and all this thing. This is common sense, right? It's all based on this. So if we look not only at the man, here's now the turning point. Okay, here's the twist. The woman could also be very honest and say, I need this and I need that, you know. But sometimes the people just cannot. Often you have the man and the woman, you know, they have like intercourse, and the man only focus on himself. And this is not Daoist, you know. That's why I say, okay, we start focusing on the opposite first. That's where this moment in a relationship turns. When the man only focus on him and don't care about the woman, so, you know, you know, we are all adults, right? So he finish, so get back to his games or this TV station or whatnot. Lots of times people ask me about this relationship problems. I have people visit me all the time about this private talk about this relationships. This is the only thing I need to say. Yeah, if people only focus on themselves first, yeah, the relationship is already destroyed from before it starts. So we start on focusing on the opposite person. Doesn't matter if it's our wife, husband, or boyfriend or girlfriend. You know, we want to have a relationship. We want to care about the opposite. So if we cannot communicate right, so here's the thing what I just mentioned already. If we cannot communicate and build trust, so trust and communication is very important. So if I am the man and I work all the time, and just as an example, the woman need more of my time and I cannot have this, so I could accept that she has a lover. That would be easy, right? I could accept that. But most people, they don't accept that. They don't accept that a person or spouse or husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend love somebody else. Then this love we have turns into hate very fast. So this is not real love, it's only self-love. Because we love the opposite person only as long as they love me, or as long as they do as I like, or as, you know, pleasing me. This has nothing to do with love. It's only selfishness and self-love. A very harmonious relationship is, of course, you know, have up and downs and all these kind of things, and we are all human. Of course, there's argument and fighting, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's about communication and trust. So if I love this person, I let them go. If I truly love this opposite person, I let them have what they need. Why I say I love you when I really not love you, or I love this person, and I don't let her have what she needs or him have what they need. No. This has very much to do with the third precept instance here. It's because, you know, we don't communicate right. Our heart say different things than our mouth. So the fourth is, to make it not so long now, too long, I also have class after a little bit, so we still have 1 hour. So the fourth precept is not stealing. Yeah? 不得偷盗，不得偷盗。Stealing, stealing is very simple. I don't steal what's not belong to me. But this is also much deeper. You see, it's very common, and here I say a very good example. You know, sometimes people come and invite me or want to invite me, or invite me for dinner or this kind of things. Especially in China, this is a very common, and of course, I lived there for a very long time, so I forget all the cultural things here most of the time. But in China, it's very common that people invite you if you do something, or if they want something from you, they invite you and buy everything for you. But this is also stealing. This is stealing, because a Daoist works for what they need. We work for our food, we work for our things. Yeah. Of course, if I'm a teacher, the students pay for this. This is my earn, right? This is the very standard way. But for example, a woman, forgive me, all the women around the world. And Eva, we talked about this yesterday too, right? So it's very common that a lot of girls, they make themselves up to look good in the club, and then let some guys buy them drinks. Sorry to say this is nothing different than prostitution, because I make them nice eyes. Maybe I don't want this guy, or I don't like this guy, or woman. It's also men do like this. Same everywhere. That's also stealing, because I need to work for my things. So that's also start when we grow the food. We do all the things. When somebody come here, they see me always dirty, always work, always full with some stuff on the clothes, because I work. Recently, I look at somebody is in a neighborhood. They're here on the playground. I can see them, and I know this guy is have a lot of kids, a lot of mouth to feed, and he is self-employed and do all kind of work. So I have a lot of work here to do. I think I could pay him for making some things here. And in the next moment, I'm thinking, I can do this by myself, and I'm going to do this by myself. Because if a Daoist, get lazy, they get further away from the cultivation. A Daoist can do all the things by himself, cleaning, all the things. Even though I want to do something good for this person, maybe, he doesn't seem needy. In fact, there's other people, they need more, probably. But it's just an example. Just a couple days ago, I think about this. So we don't accept gifts more than one or twice. So it's just normal that we have somebody who will come to me and visit the first time, especially Chinese people. They come here and they bring gifts. If they have money, they bring very expensive gifts. First time is okay, it's very common, right? So next time I visit them, I also bring them a gift, But the next time they come, they will bring another gift. I will not accept that. Yeah, I will. If it's tea, we drink this together. It's okay, But nothing else. I have a very good friend. Also, want to study Dao. As a Chinese, having a Japanese restaurant in the city. Every time I go there, he pay for my bill. He is the boss. Okay, so he don't let me pay. Which is also very common for Chinese. They see a shifu or Daoist or a master, they want to invite them, and I also bring him gift all the time. Like for example, bring some wudang spirit. Yeah, it's also just a gift, or tea. The last time I say, next time I don't come eat here. I don't come eat here anymore. The first time it's okay. The second time it's already enough. So the third time he do this, I say I will not come here eat anymore. I come here talk with you, drink tea, but I cannot come here eat, you know. So this is also stealing in the bigger picture, right? So if we can earn the things for ourselves, if we can make ourselves a living, um, we follow the Daoist precepts. The fifth is must not be evil. So 不的谐音 this is very, very deep and very, very important. Evil is just the English translation for this, to make it very quick and understandable. Must not be evil. But this is 邪 is evil, but yin is extreme or excessive. Everything what is excessive harms our body. If we eat too much, if we drink too much, if we have too much sex, it's all excessive and it drains our energy. So yin actually also have this deeper meaning of excessive lifestyle. Young people nowadays, you see quite often, they party only, they work 4 days, 5 days to party the whole weekend. This is extreme. This is too extreme, and over a little bit longer period, the body gonna be destroyed very quick. So the excessive lifestyle is harming ourselves. So we don't want to harm ourselves. We want to 养生, nurture our life. We want to have a good life habits, good eating habits. Also, under this, I would also put things like eating habits. For example, eating nothing the whole day and only dinner. That's not good for us. A lot of people, they start the day with a coffee, and then they don't eat until evening, maybe, or maybe only a snack in between, you know. But then they also get very fat from this. How? Because, you know, the body is having their own rhythm. The organs, they work during specific times. And it doesn't, you know, you say, okay, I do night shift, so my inner clock, it changes, and it's not working like this. We are a being, we are, according to the sun, we wake up, according to the night, we go sleep. And this is very harmful if we do differently. Some people, they say, okay, I do night shift, I sleep during the day. But during the day, the energy or the organs, they work differently than in the night. So if you eat in an evening and, you know, you don't have this digestion, you go eat and go sleep, there's no digestion. Everything is just on, or put in the fat reserves, let's call this, okay? So if we want to lose weight, we just eat healthy. And I don't mean healthy food, I don't mean green food. You know, a pizza now and then is also fine. But according to the times, you know, you eat breakfast, lunch and dinner, and don't eat breakfast at night, you know, for example. I've experienced this all the time, and this is quite common for many people who are working, you know, don't have time to eat. They start their day, and somebody told me this is called black breakfast, a black coffee or a coffee and a cigarette, you know, very unhealthy, you know. I don't mean to judge anyone. Everyone can do what they want, you know. I'm just giving my opinion and my idea of this. So if we live excessive, we drain our energy. It also means like sport. Some people, they do sport and sport and sport. You know, this is also the same. We also need to have a rest. All activities are fine as long as you have enough rest. Today, I posted a picture of me teaching my student Yufang yesterday and the others. So yesterday we had a long teaching day, and I didn't realize that I was teaching for 10 hours, you know, because 4 hours, about 4 hours the webinar, and then also before that from the mornings about 6 hours teaching or more, you know. Somebody comment today is also a student from before, visit us here, is a friend. I think it's your Shihyung Ian, right? Is it your Shihyung, the Josh? You have the same Shifu before, I think. Yeah. So Josh come here visit and he say, oh, you need to rest, or something like that. You know, the day have 24 hours. 10 hours is nothing. If you, and this is what I mean, excessive. Yeah. That's not excessive work. You know, that's not excessive work. But of course, he is absolutely right. The activity needs to have rest pendant, like yin yang. But if you only rest, then it's also excessive. It's extreme. So all the extreme things. This is why we don't want to have yin yang, only yang or only yin. We want it yin yang balance. So all the healing or Daoist medicine or the traditional Chinese medicine based on the balance of yin yang of the 5 elements in the body. If we have a balanced emotions, if we have balanced nutrition, if we have balanced lifestyle, we live in harmony. So this is very important to understand. So this is basically the 5 precepts, and you can ask some questions if you like.